Hey guys, I'm Connor Hance, and welcome to Enhance Pickleball. Today we're going to be going through important components of the pickleball backhand that you need to get right. If you're struggling with your backhand, you're definitely doing at least one of these wrong. So make sure to go through all these steps so that you can transform your backhand from a weakness to a strength. To start, I want to say that this video is for one-handed backhands. If you're struggling with the two-handed backhand, or you want to learn the two-handed backhand, we have another video right here. Anyway, the first and most important step to hitting a good backhand is to have the right grip. So the grip that we want to have is called the continental. This is where the paddle is perfectly up and down when it's in the center of your body. You can also think of it like you're shaking somebody's hand. To be more specific, your index knuckle should be on this notch of the pickleball paddle. This is the general grip that you want to use on most shots in pickleball. The main way that I see people doing this wrong is that they're too far this way on their paddles. Sometimes when I see this, the player ends up using the same side of the paddle for the forehand and the backhand. Just know that if you have the right grip, you should be using the opposite side of the paddle for your forehand and your backhand. The second step to hitting a good backhand is to have a good take back. This is the part of your swing where you go from ready position, then you set your paddle back so that you can accelerate towards the ball. You want to make sure that when you take your paddle back, it points directly behind you. You should also turn your shoulders directly sideways. It's important that you go directly to this position, because if the paddle goes too far back or not far back enough, then you're going to lose control. The main mistake that I see people make in regards to their take back is that they don't take it far back enough. So you want to make sure that you get your paddle right here, directly into this slot where it's facing directly behind you. This is impossible to do if you don't have a good shoulder turn, so make sure that you turn your shoulders well too. The third step to hitting a good backhand is to have a good contact and a good follow through. Focusing on the contact, we want to make sure that we hit the ball nice and out in front. We don't want to hit the ball behind us or too close to us. So try to have your elbow and arm away from your body so that you can hit the ball out in front right about here. As for your follow through, you want to make sure that you don't use too much wrist on this part of the shot. This is one of the main issues that I see on players' backhands. They use too much wrist and they try to get their power from flicking the ball. You should try to use very little wrist on your backhand drive. Most of your power should be coming from your shoulder and your rotation. After you make contact with the ball, you should finish up higher towards your shoulder. After you finish the stroke, your paddle should be facing directly towards your target. The fourth step to hitting a good pickleball backhand is to have good footwork so that you can get your body into the right position. It's pretty much impossible to hit a good backhand if you're too far away from the ball or too close to the ball. So it's important that you move your feet efficiently so that you can get right where you need to be. How it should work is, once you see that the ball's coming to your backhand, you should immediately turn your shoulders and take back your paddle. Once you're in this position, you should take as many adjustment steps as possible to ensure that you're in the right spot to make contact with the ball out in front, just like we talked about in step 2. If you're in the right position, you should be able to move forward through the ball. We never want to be falling back on this shot. Try to take your body weight forward directly towards your target. Put that all together, and it should look something like this. So now that we know all the components to hitting a good backhand, we're going to go through a drill to where you can work on it. So all we're going to do in this drill is start off hitting our backhand softly from the kitchen. As we get more comfortable, we can slowly start to back up and increase our power. You can stay turned the whole time, which will make it easier to line up for the shots. Just getting in the right position for my backhand, my shoulders turned. So once you get comfortable, you can start going into ready position in between each shot and then turning for each ball. See, I'm going into ready position and then turning for each shot. Eventually, you should go all the way to the back and try to maintain a rally from here. If you don't have anyone to do this drill with, you can go through this exact same progression against a wall. If you hit a good backhand, usually you want to move forward to where you might get another ball right in this area. To learn how to hit this shot effectively, watch this video right here.